You finally did it. You actually opened your first money market account and you actually thought that that's going to solve your savings problem. And shock on us, you don't have any amount in that account. You're still struggling with your savings problem. Sound familiar? Definitely yes. If this is you, don't worry, you're not alone. As a financial advisor, I have interacted with so many people who have opened money market fund and they are only having the first deposit they made. They have not topped up in that account. The account is actually empty. And this is why today I want us to discuss why you are not able to actually save in your money market fund and what you can be able to do to improve this situation. Hi guys, welcome again to another episode of Financial Literacy. My name is Jane Dishu and I'm a financial advisor. To start with, I want us to discuss why opening the savings account is actually not enough. So the first thing is the psychological trick. So the moment you open that savings account or that money market fund account, there's something that is registered in your head that you have started your savings and investment journey, or you have started your savings journey. So you basically get to enjoy the luxury of thinking that now that I have this account, it's actually enough. It's actually whatever I have been looking at, and I don't need to do anything extra. So you don't fund or you don't strive to actually grow your savings. You feel the luxury of just having that savings account. So you get to just say, I have a money market fund, that's it. You just feel like whenever everyone is asking, where do you save your money? I save in a money market fund. But you don't even fund that account because you don't have that idea of why you need to be there. So the second thing is lack of habit formation. Let me tell you, savings is a habit. It's actually a habit that you have to grow, that you work on. It's something that you have to unlearn. The previous habits of you not having savings, it's actually something you unlearn. Then you learn the new habits of having a savings plan. So most of the time, if you don't form that habit of making sure that this amount of money is actually going to this money market fund account, it's actually going to be so hard for you because you don't have the ideology or you don't have the habit of you saving. The third thing is actually not setting clear goals. So you just open that money market fund account and you don't know the reason why you are saving. So you basically have an account, but you don't know, why do I have this money market fund account? So it's actually very important to make sure that any time that you're opening that money market fund, you actually have a clear goal why you are there, so that it is so easy for you to actually know that it's not just opening a money market fund account, it's more of, this is the particular goal that I really want to achieve. The second thing I want us to discuss is the biggest mistakes that are holding you back. So the first mistake is that you're not automating your savings. So you just assume that now that you have been having a savings problem, now you want to assume that you can be able to actually be able to save from your willpower. So you can just deposit that amount of money directly to your account. And this is sometimes is very hard because whenever you receive an income and you want to maybe transfer it to your money market fund or to your savings account, most of the time you're going to find that there's just another expense that's coming up and you don't actually deposit that amount of money. So make sure that you also automate so that it is so easy for you to actually make sure that that money is being deducted directly from your salary, from your source of income, or from your bank, so that it's so easy to actually save automatically. Give it a priority. Pay yourself first. Let your money first hit your savings account before you even actually think of spending that money. The second thing is thinking or treating your savings account as your bank account. So you basically like open a money market fund thinking that you can be able to actually withdraw this amount of money. So you're doing the same thing you do with the M-Pesa or with your bank account. So anytime that you think of maybe spending that amount of money, you run to that account because it's quite accessible. But this is the biggest mistake because most of the time you're going to find that you're just delaying your spending. So you save maybe 10K in that money market fund, but you're actually delaying the spending because within the month you're going to run that to that account and maybe withdraw some transport money or maybe money for your shopping or food or just to pass by. So you basically just putting that money to like it's like you are replacing or having another bank account or your M-Pesa. So rather than just doing that, open it knowing that it is different. Your savings are quite different from your bank or from your M-Pesa. The third thing is thinking that you need a lot of money to actually start your savings. So most of us ask, I want to open a money market fund. How much do I need? And then you're told you actually need to have like 500 bob to open your money market fund. So because you have some disposable 500 Kenya shillings, you actually open that money market fund account. So you just open that money market account, and then when you're trying to save every month, you're telling yourself, 500 bob, it's small amount of money. So why should I keep on saving that 500 bob every month? You feel like having to have saved 6,000 in a year, it's actually a small amount of money. So you feel like I want to maybe increase on my income. And then when I increase my income, I'm going maybe to start saving. Let me tell you, most of the time you just have that account, and now it's been 12 months, you have not saved anything. So rather than just postponing on the same, let that growth of income find you when you have already started saving with a small amount of money that you're able to get. So don't wait until you're making millions, because habits is grown over time. So if you start saving 500 bob today, or you start saving whatever amount of money you can be able to save today, even when you'd be earning a higher amount of money, it's actually going to be in your system. So it's easy to grow it from 500 to 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000, and extremes of even 1,100,000 Kenya shillings. So start from where you are. Do not wait until you are making a lot of money. The other thing, or the other mistake, is no reward system. So most of us are just saving. You just wake up, you're saving, you never know what are we saving for. And even when you achieve that target of saving, you actually don't have a reward system. You don't even appreciate yourself. You want just to move from, I want to save 100,000 in this money market fund so that I can take maybe a trip to Dubai. So you save that 100,000, but you don't take some time to reflect that I have been successfully able to set 100,000 aside to do this and this. And maybe you don't even reward yourself. You don't even appreciate yourself. So you move from this saving account to saving to another goal. And most of the time you get the fatigue. You feel like, why am I keeping on like doing the saving? Yes, it's growing. It's showing you the fruits. You're achieving your goals. But you fall out because you feel like, what is there for me? Is it about like just doing all these other things? Is it about just sacrificing and setting aside this amount of money? So having a reward system is very important. So for example, if you're trying to set up an emergency fund in your money market fund, you can say, maybe the moment I have been able to build like 6 months worth of emergency fund, maybe 300,000 Kenya shillings, I'm going maybe to treat myself to a good massage. I'm going maybe to improve on a certain skincare product, or maybe I'm going to explore on certain things. Just have a reward system. Just have something that is motivating you to get there, so that it is so exciting to actually get there. Do not just continue saving without having something to motivate you. Just have something exciting at the end of the day, so that you stay grounded, and you're also able to actually make sure that at the end of the day, you don't fall back and you don't feel the struggle of saving, because actually savings is very hard. And the last thing, and the reason why we actually made this video, is to learn how to remain consistent in our savings account or in our money market fund account. And these are the tips on how you can be able to remain consistent. So one of the tips is to make sure that you set specific goals. When I mean specific, is like having SMART goals. I have done a whole YouTube video explaining on how to set a SMART goal, but I'm going to do an example of how you can be able to set a SMART goal. So for example, you can say, I want to set up an emergency fund of 300,000 Kenya shillings for the next 10 months. So I'll be saving 30,000 per month, so that I'll be able to achieve that goal in the next 10 months. This 30,000 is actually 10% of my income. So I'm not going to struggle, and I can be able to save in other places, or I can be able to achieve on other goals. So that is very specific. You have identified the amount of money you can be able to comfortably afford to go to your emergency fund. Second thing, you have identified the period of time that it's going to take you to actually achieve that goal. The third thing, you know the amount of money or when you're going to celebrate. You know that by hitting 300,000 Kenya shillings, it means that you have a solid emergency fund and you can celebrate because you actually gotten to that particular point. The second thing is to automate your transfer. So after you have identified, I want to be saving 30,000 to my money market fund, set a standing order or set a check-off system, or set up a direct debit. You can do that on your M-Pesa, you can do that through your bank, you can do that through your employer. So you know directly when you receive your salary on 5th of every month, or when you receive a check that clears maybe around date 15, it is automatically deducted from your bank going to your money market fund. So at no particular point you're going to give an excuse. You're going to actually give it a priority. You're going to pay it first, and it is so easy for you to actually remain consistent because it's already something that is being done immediately from your account. The other tip is to use the hard to access habit. So this is where you tune to your mind and tell it that I don't want to teach myself on how I can be able to withdraw this money from my money market fund. So you automatically put that in your mind that I don't need to know how to access this money. I don't want to know how to actually get to that particular point. This is something that you build in yourself. Don't treat your savings account as your bank account. Don't treat your savings account as your M-Pesa. So have that restriction and put it in your mind. It's a habit that you teach yourself. It's something that you build in yourself, that I'm not going to access this amount of money because it has these specific reasons. And if I have to access that money in that emergency fund, have a list of things or situations when you'll be forced to actually go for that amount of money. Don't repeat the same mistake of just using your money market fund or your savings account similarly as actually any other account like your bank account or your M-Pesa account. And the last thing, track your progress. Guys, I know savings is not easy. It's not an easy thing to do. And this is why we are always here teaching you on how to save. This is why we are always here talking about it, because it's something that is very hard. Saying that I'm going to put away 1 million, I'm still having problems and financial problems that I'm dealing with, but I have 1 million Kenya shillings somewhere that I cannot be able to spend. It have to come with a lot of discipline. It have to come with a lot of convincing yourself. So it's very hard. So tracking your progress is actually giving you motivation, because you know how far in am I, like what percentage have I been able to achieve. And if you are that kind of a person who actually like to measure their progress, it's actually going to excite you, it's actually going to motivate you, and it becomes so easy to actually save. You don't struggle anymore. You actually get to appreciate the small steps that you're making towards achieving that particular goal. So next time, do not just sit there and save. Make it so exciting. Let it be an exciting journey, because it's supposed to be exciting. Actually, it's not supposed to be boring and that serious. And guys, in case you would want help in your savings and investment journey, or in case you would want to set up a money market fund, or in case you would want to have a personalized session where you get at a personal financial advisor, you can be able to book a session on my social media platforms, and then we can be able to work together with you, and then we are able to achieve this goal. And until next time, thank you.